Hi lads, welcome back to another match review of the Russia 2018 World Cup. Today we have Iran versus Spain. And just before we get into that, it's not really been the most exciting days of football. Portugal beat Morocco 1-0 and Uruguay beat Saudi Arabia 1-0 and a very disappointing matchup. So yeah, I was hoping for a bit more from this game. Although it finished 1-0, there was a few talking points and some few good moments, but as you can see, you can see who I'm supporting this World Cup. Ukraine, come on the Ukraine. And yes, so Spain with their usual team, they dropped Nacho. I mean, how can you drop someone after that wonder goal like he did against Portugal? I know he's a right back, but Carvajal was back in, and then also Vasquez was in for Koke. So yeah, the Iran team I do not really know much about. I've got to be honest with that. I really don't know a lot of the players, but we'll talk about it anyway. But Iran, when they didn't have the ball, which was like 70% of the time, did have like 10 men behind the ball at all times, maybe even 11 men behind the ball. They just defended like mad. They've obviously had them torn into them. I mean, before that game, 18 out of 18 games they had 14 clean sheets. So obviously they're a very defensive team. Not only were they defensive, they were dirty and a bit like scummy, as in cheating. Not cheating, just kind of like if they got taken down, they would try and claim they were injured, try and get their player booked, which is a bit scummy. But yeah, they were quite dirty. They were being really physical. In the first few minutes, one of the players proper just backed into Ramos and just took him down. Yeah, and they were just taking out a lot of players, proper, just no mercy, just bang, bang, bang all over the place. And then so they would do that, and then they would get a wee touch on them, and they would go about rolling about. So yeah, it was a bit contrast there. So yeah, Spain didn't really have a chance in the first half. There was a chance where I think David Silva felt him in the box, and he like skied it with a kind of overhead kick. But apart from that, a few shots blocked, a few not even half chances, literally just shots from outside the box. Iran defended really well. I know it's not pretty football, but they defended really well, and yeah, they kept Spain out, one of the best, passing and offensive teams in world football, essentially. So into the second half, and it did get a bit better. Iran kind of kept their usual shape, the 11 man behind the ball shape, and Spain came out better from what they were like in the first half. They came out more fluent, more tempo to their game. They were getting more passes together, more urgent, and yeah, they had a couple of chances. They would get to the byline, cut it back, and that it wouldn't fall to one of their players. But eventually they got it through to Diego Costa in the 54th minute, and he turned with it. There was two men around him. He got by one, tried to get by the other, but his touch wasn't good enough. The Iran player came in, punted it right off his knee, and it went into the back of the net. Like, what are the chances of that? The only way they can score is a deflection, but they did deserve it. I mean, if you're playing like Iran, it's hard to defend like that for 90 minutes. There's going to be that one opening that's going to get you a goal, and a deflection was obviously how it got Spain the goal. So yeah, 1-0 to Spain, and it opened up for there. Iran couldn't stay back with their 11 man behind the ball tactic. They had to go forward, they had to go for the goal, and they should really have just went like that from the start. I know they're obviously good defensively, but offensively they are not that bad. They broke down Spain a few times, and that was just within the last 35 minutes. There was a chance for Iran where in the corner, I think it was a corner that got swung in, and then it fell to one of their players just inside the box. He smashed it, and it hit the side netting, and there was a chance for Iran where they had a corner. I think it was a corner. They whipped it in, fell to their player just inside the box. He smashed it, and it hit the side net, and it kind of hit the side net and instead just dropped, so it looked as if it went in. I was out of my seat, like just out of kind of excitement. I didn't really support a team for this game, just as a neutral, and Iran scoring a goal would have been a great, a great boost for the match. Not a great boost for the match. It might have just actually just led to Iran going back to their part of the bus tactic. But yeah, so I thought that was a goal. And then our chance for Iran was a free kick, and this is where VAR came into play. The player who was taking the free kick had a faint run up, went back. All the Iran players had run as if they're running into the box. So did the Spain players, but the Spain players pulled back. Then the Iran player whipped it in. So the majority of the Iran players were offside. Came into the box, fell to the Iran player, scored. Then they went off celebrating like mad. The guy was sitting kissing the ground, praying and all that. And then the ref called for offside. He called for VAR actually, but then it led to offside and a disallowed goal, which is it's quite upsetting to see, like, someone going off and celebrating like that so passionately, just to be called off like that. It was a bit of a shame, but it was offside. And although VAR did get one right, I do think even in real play the assistant referee would have got it, because the assistant referee is told if it's a tight decision not to call it. But I think it was one of those decisions the assistant referee would have called it if he hadn't been told strictly, unless you're 100% sure, do not call it. So I think that the assistant referee would have been 90% sure in that occasion, but just that little bit of doubt stopped him from putting the flag up and calling on VAR. So VAR done its job, but I do think it would have been the same decision without VAR. Might not have been, we've seen poor decisions like that in the past, but more often than not they're correct. So yeah, remained 1-0 to Spain. Then Iran had another great chance. I'm not sure who it was. The Iran player down the wing, one-on-one with PK, and PK got absolutely wasted through the legs. Just rolled it through his legs. PK was like rooted to the spot. He just watched it go through his legs. The boy jumped around him, got a cross in. I think it was Mehdi at the back post. Leaped higher than Ramos with a header. Couldn't divert it goalwards. Well, he diverted it over the bar. I mean, he must have been like 6 yards out. He should definitely have scored it, and that was with 15-10 minutes to go. That would have been a great way to end the game. A great last 10 minutes it would have been, but yeah, it didn't happen. Iran then they kept on coming forward. They didn't really have another clear-cut chance. Spain, on the other hand, Isco was terrible. David Silva was very bad. Vasquez was very quiet. Busquets isn't the playmaker, so let him off with that. Carvajal just gave the ball away so many times. The basis of the Spain team, their midfield, were so bad. Like, they didn't create a lot of chances because their base was so bad. They ended up taking Iniesta off, who was actually playing alright. Iniesta was doing decent. But yeah, Silva, Vasquez, Asensio when he came on was poor. Isco was absolutely shocking. It was unreal. But they got the win, and 1-0 victory, 3-1-0 victories today. That Iran versus Spain was the best out of them. Morocco-Portugal was a decent game, but with that, Morocco are now out of the World Cup. Unfortunately, quite unfortunate for them. They played decent. They played some decent football, had decent chances, but they just didn't have the composure to score. But they do have Spain in the next game. There'll be no pushovers, Morocco, but if Spain need to win the game, I think they will beat them. Iran versus Portugal. Hey, Iran 3 points, Portugal and Spain on 4. It's open to any three of them. Portugal could go out, Spain could go out, Iran could go out. It's open. It's completely open, and it looks good. It looks to be a good end to Group B. So yeah, if you did like the video, please do leave a like. Tell me in the comments what you thought of the match, and any feedback is much appreciated. So I will see you in the next match review. Bye.